Yeah, just before work, we're going to do a video. We were encountered this weekend. We had an alien visitor this weekend. Loads of fun. Man, I don't think you'll be able to see this alien here. We'll see. You can probably see him a little bit. Nope. I don't think you can. Yeah, well, you can't see him there. Whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is, everybody. You can't see that one either. Oh well. Life's tough, I guess. You just got to figure out what are you going to be in this life. What we'll talk about this last weekend's encounter. Kind of different, kind of. Hey, Flower, good to see you. Yeah, we spent the weekend up on the mountain, had an alien encounter. It's kind of old. I gotta get this out of here. I got something here that I gotta get out of here. It can't be on the desk because if they see that, they'll cancel the live show. Just strike against the channel. Yeah. See if anybody shows up today. PTSD, how do you deal with it, The question is, how do you get by with knowing that you had an alien encounter, but then you feel better today? Felt better yesterday, too. We had two things happen to us. It was really bad. One was a gas leak in the trailer. That was bad. We'll just unplug. Gas leak in the trailer. And then we were visited shortly after by something. I don't know. I feel better than I have in a while. Good to see you there. So, what happened is we got a trailer, an old trailer, and it had a gas leak. We didn't know. We stayed Friday night. We had campers over by us in the trees on the opposite direction of the pitch you see here, this way from here. I once told about a story of your close one's death. I haven't said that one yet. Only one the only person that's been really close to me. Um, I can remember offhand my mom. Um, but yeah, that was a mistake of the medical industry. Did that? They didn't take her off the um, estrogen. She died of a double pulmonary embolism due to medical. I'd say malpractice, but it was a mistake that was made. Killed my mother. I watched her die in the hospital. But anyway, so what happened? We got the trailer. It's just right here. This is the picture I took from camp, and it had a gas leak. So I started the stove up. We cooked on the stove, and my wife, I turned it off, but the knob stick is stuck. It's a 1977 trailer, so the gas was going. My wife smelled it. We went and shut it off. Oh, you once did. Okay. I once told about a story of your close one's death already. I haven't. Says you did. Okay, not I. You. I did. I've had a pretty bad deal by my mother lifting up off the bed after she was unplugged and stuff. In the hospital, she actually levitated and all that. Anyway, this story is to do with the leaking gas and then an alien encounter. We had an actual close encounter of the third kind. Kind of hard to deal with today. Yesterday was kind of tough too, but we were still reeling from the experience. Um, anyway, so the gas was shut off. The stove was off. So we did our thing. Come nighttime, I use this little. It's a heater buddy. It's on the wall. It's kind of a bigger unit. Same thing as a heater buddy. I started it up. Got cold in the evening. Ran it. Everything is fine. No problems. And then shut it off, and I crawled up into bed. It was about midnight. I watched that show, 1988. They're Among Us, that weird, goofy show about 1988, where the lizard people, not to be confused with Bob Lazard, which is lizard, which is in the news, by the way, everybody. Bob Lazard, lizard. I mean, come on, everybody. It's like the name's so close, it's crazy. he's discrediting alien beings being here or UFOs in particular. Um, my wife wakes up in the middle of the night, about right around midnight or so, maybe close to 1 o'clock, and says, "I smell gas." So I get up, go outside, take the 44. My mom was only she was only 59, so she was getting older. Yeah, she was getting older. She still didn't need to die from that. She was having a her it was a shoulder surgery from an accident is all it was. It wasn't she wasn't going in for major health problems. She didn't have any real major health problems, but she was on estrogen, and estrogen is notorious for causing blood clots, and that's what killed her. So anyway, I went outside at the 44 Magnum, let the dog out, went out, shut the propane valves off on the front of the trailer, went back into bed. It was really eerie out there. Just like this is the picture from camp. I mean, that's right there, camp. And went back to sleep. I normally don't sleep until about 3 in the morning. I work night swing graveyard all night. Usually stay there. I stay up all night usually. Something comes in. Something comes in normally every night. I stay on the mountain. Not to mention the disembodied voices I've had out west just a couple times ago. But anyway, this one. So we go to sleep again. I hear a loud boom. Trailer just something hits the trailer hard. Boom. I'm waking up. My wife at the same time saying, "Rick, Rick, 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 Rick," and I'm like, "Did you hear that?" She says, "Hear what?" And she says, "No, there was lights shining all over in the trailer. There was lights coming in from every window." But she said when she woke up, she seen the lights in her. She was still asleep. She wasn't quite awake, so she says she was in that state between getting up, still in a dream state. But she said the trailer was full of lights. Little small camp trailer, really old camp trailer. Um, but I heard the boom. Something hit the trailer hard. I mean, it was enough. It woke me right up. And we do have a table in the front of it that folds up, and we put a bed up against it and a piece of plywood over the two benches. 1977 trailer, old trailer, camp trailer. Um, I'm not too sure my wife was asleep when she saw the lights coming in. It's uh, the thing that hit the trailer in the middle of the night was loud enough to wake me up. So it was there was something there. You know, I get my 44. I go out. My little dog goes out the door. First thing she does is her nose is right on the ground, sniffing everything, sniffing the ground. She would not pick her nose up off there. Something was outside our trailer, on the mountain. The camp next to us had moved. They had moved Saturday. They picked up Saturday. They were just gone. They picked up all their stuff and left. And that's not a normal camp spot. This is dispersed camping. But they left in a big hurry Saturday day before this all happened. Once they left, this started. That night wasn't much, there wasn't anything to really speak of. I was very depressed during the day. I did a Facebook video. Things were pointless. Nothing was, I really feeling a feeling of depression up there. Saturday day. Come the night, this all happens. Now, Close Encounter of the Third kind of the same kind of thing. Lights shining bright. We've never had this happen to us before. A few weeks ago, I was camping up there. My wife was sleeping in my Xterra. I was going to go to sleep a little later. It was probably 1 in the morning. I was setting up by the heater watch inside the wall tent, which I didn't have the back peg. I did a live video back the end to my wall tent that makes the thing 14 by 12 feet. I left it out west. So the tent was half what it should have been. I did a live video. Live on Facebook, something came in. I heard the loud steps, and then I heard 3 growls. Got it on a Facebook video. I put it into archives. Um, Something comes in about midnight when nobody's around. There's got to be nobody around. My mining claims, I had a geologist out there when the disembodied voice said hello to me twice on the other side of the tent about midnight. It's always about midnight. This thing, whatever happened to us, was a close encounter of the third kind. We had alien beings right there, shining lights through the trailer. Now, my wife is still reeling with the fact that maybe she was still asleep. I'm still reeling with the fact that I heard the loud boom. I heard it woke us up. So, and she was saying Rick, Rick, Rick at the same time, and I already heard I mean, it hit the trailer like a freight train, just shook the trailer. Just to say, I was having trouble breathing, really bad asthma attack all day. Friday, Saturday, I was having an asthma attack. I had to take my butyral inhaler. I had to take my disc inhaler to kind of calm it down. And I haven't really had an asthma attack since Saturday night. I've had some shortness of breath, but nowhere near as bad as what I was experiencing for 2 days straight. Could have could we have been visited? Were they demons or the alien or the angels? The question: Are these things angels or demons? My brother, about 6 years ago, here him and my uncle were hunting elk on the other side of the road, just across from where this camp is, and they saw the flying saucer going between the clouds with binoculars during the day. My brother doesn't talk about it. My uncle Wes doesn't talk about it. They witnessed this flying saucer darting in and out of the clouds. It was so bad that my uncle was yanking the binoculars. My brother had the binoculars around his neck, and my uncle was yanking the binoculars to look at this flying saucer going between the clouds. Now, taking into consideration, my brother's not the kind of guy that talks about anything else. He doesn't play around with the paranormal. He doesn't, but he's spooked up there. It changes him. Um, it changed him and my uncle. 2019, 18, around there. I was staying in my Nissan Pathfinder. We just moved from this side of the mountain where this camp is to the other side. Same place the UFO was. Um, 2 weeks before my brother and my uncle's encounter with the UFO, the flying saucer. It was a flying saucer. No UFO. There was a flying saucer. I was sleeping in my exterior. I told this story. My buddy Derek was over here on this side of the fire. My buddy Parker was over here. My truck was setting like this. It's an old Pathfinder, 1995. The back doesn't open or doesn't lock. Archery season, all we have is a bow. I didn't have a gun. You can't have a gun on an archery hunt. Something knocked on the front of the truck. I lifted up. I was laying sideways in the back seat. Nothing was there. Moonlit night. Fire was still kind of popping next to us. Completely clear area. Not worried about the fire. Knock, 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 knock on the back of the Pathfinder. I look up. Nothing there. Lay back down. Knock, knock, knock right behind my head. I look over the door. Nothing there. I reach up, lock the doors with my feet. Lock the other doors. Yelled at Derek and Parker. Said if I had my gun, you two would be dead. Because says you guys don't. I just was yelling at him. I don't remember what I said. It continued. It kept knocking on the side of the door of the truck. Around the truck. I said whatever. Grabbed an arrow out of my quiver. That's all I could do. This one not last night, the night before. My allergies are better. No. My lungs are better. Yes. Maybe that's what that hello was to me out west on the other side of my tent in the middle of the night. Was trying to get me to come outside to fix me. Maybe that's why. Maybe. But I do know for sure something was out there. My dog would not pick her nose up off the ground. There was something outside our trailer. It's trying to deal with it today. I just want to be at peace. I'm not intentionally looking for aliens. I wasn't looking for aliens or UFOs. I've done it in the past. But being that close to an alien being kind of changes you. Hey, the cookbook's here. Karen's here. Evan, did you see it? Yeah, there you go. You're the nutcase. Yeah, these people, the population of Earth now is overpopulated and deranged would be the case. I mean, you got to really think about this. They love the banksters. They love the bankers. You get a chance to check out Michael Moore's capitalism video about who owns this world, when the banks came about, what this narcissist generation, you can kind of understand. But there's a lot more going on that the human activity is doing the human activity. I look at the masses moving and swaying, consuming everything in their path, driving up and down the freeways, never ending line of people doing engulfed in the system. They're living in the system. I have very little couth for modern humanity. It's even what we went through before, the people I knew are gone. The people when I was in grade school, the teachers are dead. The men that made the system here that this whole world is salivating over, called debt society, never learns a lesson. They never learn that they're being controlled at every corner, and they have their narcissistic stormtroopers come on here all the time. They're never ending. There's 8.5 billion people that are stuffed into their little world. The matrix that everybody's in. And this is a bankster's matrix. And when you break out of that matrix, you start to see what's really there. You get relentlessly attacked by the lizard people, that are here. Yeah, free England. England needs to be free. You're right, Kenny. But those that are waking up, there's armies of absolute brainwashed narcissists that are considered to be the general population. It's, you know, everywhere they go, they're on camera. They do nothing to break out of the matrix. They're too afraid, or they're too brainwashed because their little world they see that they're deriving through their own little neural processors means, I'm going to go sip a latte with my idiot friends that don't really exist in realization. They're not who they think they are. And then go to my little job that isn't really pertaining to anything prudent or actually tangible. It's just fake jobs with money management people that's just tied back to the banksters. So, 90% of the jobs out there they're just moving banksters' money around. It's nothing to do with reality. Reality is what you perceive it, and if it changes as you walk through. The lights in your life, in the world you live in, what you are, will turn on as you escape the matrix. Once you step away from the matrix, once you realize what's happening here and what they're trying to derive as reality for you, then the lights will start to come on outside of the matrix. Yeah, Noam Chomsky, if you had IQ 80. Thanks. I'm smarter than you, Revelation 19:11. That's 9:11. I've seen things you'll never see. So good luck with you. Don't ever come back. Yeah, I'm trying to hide the user, but it won't go. Yeah. No, I don't deal with people. Norm Chomsky, if he had an IQ of 80. You know what? Shut up. What do you think of England and what's happening from an outside view? England's being destroyed. And if you get banned, if you 9/11 guy, if you do something stupid, I don't care. You just disappear. Your reality is in the matrix. I can't help you. It's not about you, really. It's about just you. Okay? You just have no. Your IQ means nothing. It means dirt. It's garbage. It's your brain is hijacked by stupidity, and you're no different than your ancestors. You'll do the exact same thing until the day you die. Richmond, north of Richmond. And anybody breaks out of that, Norm Chomsky, if he has IQ 80. You don't know what my IQ is. And I don't want to know what yours is because you're just gone. You don't exist in this reality anymore. Dude, bro, put dubber on hair. No, yeah, like flour, just get out of here. You go away. I don't care. I'm speaking to the ether, not you. Why would I care what you think? There's 8.5 billion of you. Congratulations. They're all dead now. The reasoning of this world is dead. It's gone. The last are holding on to a civilization that was corrupted by the banksters. Not to mention just what's happening outside. These aliens are here. They don't care. Bob Lazard, lizard, come on, lizard people. They talk to the Senate. They brief the Senate. There's lizard people among it. Bob Lazard. I mean, his name isn't Bob Jones. What's Kenny in the title? Oh yeah, okay. Where are you from? Utah. Kenny. Yeah, Flower's right. His name is Bob Lazard, everybody. Bob Lazard's coming out saying that the aliens are not real. It's Lockheed Martin stuff. Lizard. How about Cash Patel? Cash. How about Justin Trudeau? Isn't that Cash? How about Johnny Cash? Does that make any difference? How about Putin the sickle? Vladimir Putin the sickle. Hammer and sickle the Soviets. I mean, come on, guys. We can't keep playing this game anymore. It's all the same. Janet Yellen. I mean, she's yelling. Oh yeah, she is. Anti Blinken. The Trump, the sound of the trumpet shall sound. Victory in the New Land, which is victory in the New Land, or the Free Land lady, and it's to do with Ukraine, which is the borderlands, the free land, the new lands. Come on, everybody, it's just ridiculous. Dick Bush and Colin took you to 20 years of war in the Middle East. George Bush, Dick Cheney, and Colin Powell. Dick Bush and Colin. How about Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, and Saddam Hussein? How about Obama, son of man, Adam? Kind of crazy, isn't it? Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg is. Mark of the Beast, Facebook. I mean, come on, you guys. Look, maybe we should ask Bob Lazard. Lizard. Hey, Bob, didn't think that I'd catch on to that one now, did you? We're literally talking about lizard people, and your name is Lizard. It's stupid. I'm from Manchester. It's ready for riots. Yeah, because they're trying to destroy the English, not to make England England anymore, Germany German anymore. The reason it's a calling of the herd. They're trying it on purpose because you can't hold back the other 7.5 billion, which has now been miscounted, from taking over Europe or America. It's common knowledge. You get rid of the problem, you eliminate them. You got a group of people here that comment that are out of other countries that are more than willing to infiltrate England or Germany or France or Italy. Of course it is. The populations don't. There's a bazillion more people versus a small European population. Stop having kids. You're destroying the planet. And how about it's just like the old American Indian issue. It's a numbers. How many's coming? Like the stars are coming. It's the inevitable. The inevitable here is the banksters rule you. It's all the banksters. Everything's banksters. It's all CEO corporation healthcare companies. Just like, trying to understand the Federal Reserve and what its place is here. You're going to have to get a loan to get to rent the shovel, lease the shovel to dig your own grave in this place. Yeah, dude, it's weird. Yeah. Elon Musk with yeah, exactly. Elon Musk with Trump. Trump destroyed Nikola Tesla's work. It was all about burning the Tesla and Elon Musk. You got Trump and Tesla back in the White House again. The Trump destroyed Nikola Tesla's work. It's weird. It's not even. You can't even make it up. You can't even make it up. It's so narcissistically insane. You can't even make this stuff up. It's crazy. And here I am up on the mountain, and we get visited close encounter of the third kind. Because if you break out of the system, If this neural processor you have decides it's done, it's going to leave the system, everything goes crazy. Yeah. It's all about the banks. It's all about the banksters. Everything here, you've been deceived. Reality is there's alien beings. Reality is Christ did die on the cross and was resurrected. Christ is Christ is the Savior. Christ is the Savior. He is the one. Everything else here is moot. They've lied to you. They've destroyed everything. They've buried your ancestors under it's going to get better. This system's better than this system. I never asked for a system. The banksters own everything. They wage the wars and men throw themselves into death and destruction on purpose. And they do it for what cause? Aliens are real. They do walk among us. Apparently, I can pick out a bunch of lizards in this world. I once thought that people were just narcissistic bastards. Now I'm starting to believe that they're not just narcissistic bastards. There's a portion of really good people. There's a portion of very predatorial people that prey on the weak, the God-fearing people, the good people, the innocent people. There's a predation system set up all the way up to the corporate level, and then you have the top. And the top tells everybody, makes them live the way they want them to. That's your wars, that's your catastrophic events, that's your cloud seedings, which is now all admitted, which we knew it because there's actually Utah, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, all have their cloud seeding programs. They're finally admitting to it on national news. Coldest temperatures I've felt in the past 3 weeks since they stopped spraying the skies. Craziest thing, because it's actually got reverse. There's some news about reverse by spraying the skies have been opposite. What about control people? That's what it's all about, William. And the mass is just willing to gut each other alive for the crumbs in this place. People burning down computers. Africa burning tires of computers to make a living when what was that money thing again? What is it really? What is it actually? Where does it exist? Well, since Nixon took us off the gold standard in America, it's nothing but a digit. Now they're going to go digital currency. Oh, that's going to save the day. The earth has got to wake up. You're not alone. India, Bruce up there in India. Is it possible that this smartphone can read our minds? Oh, we all know it does. You can say 2 words, it'll show up. It'll show up. You just say a few words, say diapers, and there'll be diapers on the thing. You could say anything that pertains to something to do with this human grocery store. I didn't read that big. What was that about? I didn't read what he said. I wonder. I'm just curious what he said. I want to see what he says real quick. Hi, he didn't die. Oh yeah. Get that guy gone. Him and Mary went to India. No, Rusty. He died, bro. I saw you read your Rusty, but he didn't go to India. He didn't go to India. The Shroud of Turin's proof. He didn't go to India. He died, and he came back. It'll be dark soon. I did set up camp, and we were visited by aliens. There's a storm brewing out there, everybody. If it's already AI, that we're beyond repair, but there is aliens among us. Like when I was watching Bob Lazar try to destroy the aliens and talk about anybody said anything about aliens, and I just was ringing in my head. His name's Lizard. And this generation, the sad thing is, this generation is doomed. This generation's doomed. It's gonna come. The old ones are gone. I can't even function with this mess that's going on. I'm trying to reel with an alien encounter, and then and I try to read Fox News. I've been trying to read the news all day, and trying to grasp what happened, get a better view of life. And I come back down, and it's more of the same. Leave camp, come back down, and you just keep going. And it's like I just had a close encounter of the third kind. Wow, what did everybody else go through? It's like, what was their day like? Then I walk in, I go to the park to my grandson's birthday, and I'm looking around. It's like, this is like Battlestar Galactica before they got nuked by AI. It's literally the same thing. That's crazy. I think so too. You would be naive to think we are the only ones out there. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's. There's been other beings that have come here from Earth or from other planets. That's even said by Russell Means, a great Native American activist. And I have very little respect for this activism now because this isn't activism. And he even talked about the traveling from the other planets in the heavens, yeah, to the Earth for the blue water and the buffalo. Tricked here by the great trickster, admitted by Russell Means. You can check it out for yourself with his South American counterpart. um, I'm walking around. It's like Caprica and Battlestar Galactica in at the park yesterday after we come off the mountain, after being gassed by propane leak in the trailer, and after being visited by aliens. I'm walking around looking at everybody in the park, and they're all got their families. It's a different demographics now than it was here in southern Utah. There's a lot of Hispanic families, and then there's guys that got tattoos all over, and they're all tatted up. One kid's got his Slim Shady. It's just ridiculous. I'm just looking at everybody, and they're all trying to keep their lives together. They're like, here they are in this new fake world that's been produced after the COVID pandemic, and people forget that they reset this entire place during the pandemic, and a lot of people died, a lot more than they're saying. Um, and I'm experiencing life with these people that are oblivious to what's going on around them. Ignorantly, ignorance is bliss. I'd say, but their kids are playing in the water. There's a stream running through there. I got my grandkids there. I'm trying to put what reality is, what's out there, into this world that's a fake Caprica Battlestar Galactica world. Bob Lazar brought up Battlestar Galactica, by the way. I keep trying. I try to keep on an open mind. Yeah. You always have to. Thoughts on Katy Perry being in space? That was a hoax, in my opinion. They're coming out. You got to keep an open mind. You're going to start to see more of these lizard people pop up. Um, you would have to be something other than. There's so many bad humans. So many bad. And they're just the same as their ancestors. It's ridiculous watching them die. And then now here comes the new ones. They got these baby faces. They're trying to be the evil ones that they replaced. They're trying to fill that evil position of these evil overlords of the other people that have already died. These evil old men got old men and old women. They got old. The kids tore everything apart. If they had any kids, their houses went for sale. They got stuck in a nursing home. These creatures, these beings that were before us, that set this damn system up with all the rules, regulations, laws, taxation, government, governors, wars, rumors of wars. These people are in the grave now, or most of them are. They're too mentally gone to even comprehend the system that they set up. The ones before me were just playing along with the system. The cops that were the big, tall, white guys that beat people up and twisted their arms and tried to hurt them when they arrested them. There's no brutality, and they were brutal. They all, and then the dictators that were in charge of all these countries that murdered everybody and stole the money, and those people are all dead. So now we're left in this out of the matrix area for those that are getting out of it. This whole new world out there. And then those that are still stuck in the matrix, fighting to be their ancestors, fighting to be the ones that can. I drive by this group of guys that got 5 razors, brand new trucks, and those men are worth nothing. They've done nothing in their lives. There's nothing epic about them. They played this system of lies, and even all that, and they're walking around and they got, they're 250, 300 pounds. And I'm like, I can understand gaining wealth in this place a little bit. I get it. I understand that. But being so disgustingly rancid, rancid, that you're just, not only are you just extremely heavy, you have all this stuff. Like the next guy that you see with his family walking are poor and broke, and they're saying this is capitalism. No, capitalism died when the banksters set up the Federal Reserve. The banksters said that capitalism doesn't exist, it's a lie. Along with the aliens, they used to talk about aliens, and they attacked you and destroyed your life and they run you down and people died. They don't want you to know the truth about what's really going on out there, because if you break through the matrix and understand what's really out there, they are invisible. You get that? They have cloaking devices that you can't see them. They're around you. The game is up. The gig is up for those that understand what's happening now. This is not Bob Lizard guy. This is the truth. Lockheed Martin's a joke. It's a skunk works as a lie. This is all fantasia by a creature that can't even get its own lives in order. They get to the point where they start to tell the truth and whistleblow, and then they die. They're just old men. They were young men. They wake up, they break the system, they decide to fight against it, and then they just die. The system is, they're around you if you're worth a salt. They're around you if you're worth a salt. If you're still salty, they're going to be there. And it's not going to be pretty. Now, can they come? Are the angels that come and heal you? Maybe. But there's a lot of bad ones out there, and you're not alone. You're not alone at all. Just like the doll that just killed the guy, the Raggedy Ann doll. We are not alone here. But do they care about you? Are you just another meat, another patty of meat for the Soylent Green for the rest of them? That's a question you have to answer yourself. Are you just them, the system, the nothings, another brick in the wall? When you break out of that, they come after you. Yeah, lizard people. Land of the Lost, William. Land of the Lost. What is the best movie showcast lizards exist? That's a 1988 called They Are Among Us. Kind of a corny movie, but it's the banksters. It's the rich that run around. There's those that pretend to be rich and they go crazy and they become narcissists. They were always narcissists. To be rich, you have to be narcissistic anyways. And then there's those that are born into this, that for some reason they always have it all. They now, is it time travel? Can we get into that? Because people blame nation states, governments for technology and time travel, yet it's Lockheed Martin, the works that are doing the major innovations. It's Elon Musk and now his new Grok. It's not your government. Your governments are a bunch of stupid people paid a stupid wage to pretend that they're stupid. That's your government. They're stupid people doing the will of the damn investors. They're the stupid people that go utter the same stupid things, just like looking at Pelosi and Schumer and all the rest of them. It's been there since the 80s, since 2008 crash. Same damn people saying the dance. Lindsey Graham. Well, if I don't get that Russia, I gotta get that Russia, I gotta get that Russia, Russia, gotta be Russia. Oh, did I say Russia? Bomb Russia, bomb Putin, bomb. But yet Lindsay is a girl's name. And a gram of what? What are we getting out of that gram of Lindsay? What does a gram of Lindsey Graham give you? War. It's what it is. Let's see. Gotta go, guys. Thanks, William, for showing up. Break the matrix. Then the Euphrates dries up and it's the end of the world, and here we are. Everybody here could be a part of just the last days, and they could fight themselves, and they could tear each other apart, and they could dance to the Pied Piper. They could go out in the streets and follow the Pied Piper. And it makes no difference to me. In the end, it's only those that are chosen. Those are the ones that are saved, the lost sheep. That's what it's about. I mean, this thing out there could have killed me or Deb, me and my wife, like that. Could have killed us. But there's a reason why these things come to you. I mean, if they want to give me, if they want to hand me $10 million, the people, government, thingies, what do they call themselves? What are their fake, fictitious lie is? Or they've set up some organization, company that they call a human being now. If they want to hand me $10 million, I'll show them the aliens. That's what it is. They want to solve this once and for all. I'll show them what they call aliens. All they got to do is spend a few nights with me. Doesn't take very long to get up on the mountain or out west and be alone and see how long they come in, how long it takes them to come in. Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of those where there's open. Yeah, I've been to places where there's caves where, well, inside the lava beds where there's cold air, cold to the touch coming out. I also have a friend of mine that dug in a. They were looking for gold with this big rich guy that's now dead, by the way. They're looking for Spanish treasure. He's dead. He died. It just doesn't matter with him. And they dug down in the earth. They dug down deep and they hit mass amounts of radiation. I think they call it a arsenic, huge levels of arsenic. Idaho keeps calling me. They heard voices in the mountain. They heard voices in the mountain. They heard voices. Yeah. Anyway, I gotta see what this guy from Idaho keeps calling me for. I'll call you back. I'll see you again, everybody. I'll see. Thanks for showing up there, everybody. Um, I gotta see if it's Bob Lazar, a Bob guy. I like Bob Lazar, but I gotta see who this is. I don't call. I gotta go. Thanks.